Now earlier we talked about resources. And to put a definition to a resource is defined as any natural, human, or man-made unit that goes into the production of a good or service. Any human, natural, or man-made unit that goes into the production of a good or service. And to that end, we have 4 categories of resources. The first one that we have is called land. Land not only refers to the land that a business produces a product on, such as right now I'm at the Newcastle County campus of Wilmington University. It also refers to the trees, water, forests, the mineral deposits within our ground, in the earth. All of those things is considered land. And when we use a resource, we use the resources that best suit society's needs. If we think of New York is a hubbub of financial activity, a lot of tall buildings, a lot of legal activity, a lot of financial activity. That's where that should take place. However, if you think of Nebraska or some of the other states in the Food Belt region, you think of acres and acres of corn and of wheat. So therefore, we as a society have to decide how to best use our land. It is possible to grow corn and wheat in Manhattan. But the amount of corn and wheat that you could grow would be minimal to the amount that we would get per acre in somewhere in Nebraska or Oklahoma or what have you. The second category of resource is called labor. Now, labor refers to any mental or physical talent that goes into the production of a good or service, any physical or mental talent. If you think of a CEO of a bank and a person who is a teller at the bank, the person who's the teller at the bank is strictly the physical labor. He or she is the one taking the deposits. He or she is the one who's helping the customers out on a daily basis. The mental talent, the CEO, is taking that particular bank from today, May the 2nd, 2011, into the next decade. Where do we see banking and how can we manipulate or position ourselves today so that we can compete tomorrow? And this is labor. This is labor. 3 is capital. Now, capital does not refer to financial capital in economic parlances, in economic circles. When we talk of capital, we do not talk of financial capital. What we're talking about instead is the investment in technology, which means it is the acquisition of plant and equipment. And in this particular course, this is all capital is the investment in plant and equipment. We're not interested in financial capital. We're not interested in the investment in the stock market at this particular time. That will come much later. What we are interested in is knowing that the plant and equipment is capital. If a business goes out to invest, that particular business will invest in plant and equipment. And if they do invest in plant and equipment, you can be darn sure that it's going to be the highest level of technology that we have. A company that's going to build a new plant, for example, or a new office building is going in. That particular business wants to be sure that it is wired for the internet, that it has the most up-to-date technology, the most up-to-date infrastructure that particular office can have to streamline the communications. And then finally, we have what we call entrepreneurial ability. Entrepreneurial ability is the people who own the business, whether it's the man or woman that owns the pizza parlor down the street, whether it's a stockholder, a person who owns common stock, which represents ownership in a business. Both of those people are entrepreneurs. And those people make decisions. Those people combine resources in order to make a product, Those people are decision makers. Those people are innovators. This is what the entrepreneurial ability brings to the market. The ability to run the business and make a profit. Because we have scarcity and choice, we have what is called the Production's Possibilities Curve. Production's Possibilities Curve basically shows us how much of one product we can make at the expense of another product. And therefore we have two products. We have pizzas and robots. If we decide society wants 0 pizzas, we can make 10 robots. What I have drawn here is called a graph. A graph is just a picture. Don't think of it anything more difficult or more challenging than simply a picture, in this case, of these two variables, pizzas and robots. A graph is a vertical line that's intersected by a horizontal line that meets a point 0. We're going to put pizzas on the horizontal axis and we'll put robots on the vertical axis. This particular graph, the Production's Possibilities Curve, really, there is a convention as to where you should put the goods. However, for the purpose of this class, it really is superfluous and really doesn't make any difference. If we start at 0, if I make 0 robots, I can make 10 pizzas. In order for me to get 1 unit of pizzas, I have to decrease, go up to 9, come over to 1, plot a point. That's point B. I have to decrease the amount of robots that I produce. And the reason is because I have to take resources away from the production of robots and provide them or allocate them or distribute them to the production of pizzas. If I want 2 units of pizza, I realize now that I can only produce 7 robots. Again, more and more resources. In this case, resources that are not immediately adaptable to the making of pizzas have to be allocated. In order for me to get 3 units of pizza, I now have to give up many more, and finally, if I want 4, I get 0. And therefore, my Production's Possibilities Curve is here, A, B, C, D, and E. This particular curve, the importance of this particular curve, shows us maximum efficiency between the production of 2 goods. It shows us that every point on this line gives us maximum efficiency. If I'm producing 9 robots, I can produce 1 pizza. Everybody is working. All of our resources are being fully utilized. If I have, after analysis, decide that instead I'm at some point inside, call it point F, where I'm producing only 7 pizzas and 2 robots, this is inefficiency. This is inefficiency. Somewhere in my economy, people are laid off. People are not working to their fullest capacity. Resources, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurial ability are not providing. We'll find out a little bit later why that is so. And obviously, any point outside the curve, call it point G, is unattainable today. What will allow us to move out to point G is a change in any one of these particular resources. And when that happens, our Production's Possibilities Curve will move outward. This is chapter 1, very quickly. And if you have any questions at all, email me, post them on the discussion board of discussion page of Blackboard so that other students can see it, and email me individually. That way I can post the answer on Blackboard and everybody can benefit from everybody else. Thank you very much. Have a great day.